Indira Priyadarshini Gandhi was born on November 19, 1917, in Allahabad, India, into one of the most prominent political families in the country. Her father, Jawaharlal Nehru, was a key figure in India's struggle for independence and later became the first Prime Minister of India. Her mother, Kamala Nehru, was also deeply involved in the Indian independence movement. Indira was raised in a political environment and was influenced by the many leaders and activists who visited their home. From a young age, Indira showed interest in politics and was often involved in her father's activities. She went to school in India and later studied in Switzerland and England. She attended the prestigious Shantiniketan school founded by Rabindranath Tagore and then moved to Oxford University. However, due to health issues and the ongoing political situation, she could not complete her degree. Despite this, her time in Europe exposed her to a variety of political ideas and helped shape her worldview. Indira Gandhi's entry into politics seemed almost natural, given her family's deep involvement in India's independence movement. During her youth, she was part of the Indian National Congress Party and supported various initiatives led by Mahatma Gandhi, who was not related to her but was a close friend of her father. She played a role in organizing protests and managing her father's household during his imprisonment by British colonial authorities. In 1942, she married Feroz Gandhi, a fellow activist, and the couple had two sons, Rajiv and Sanjay. Their marriage, however, was not always smooth, partly due to their long separations and their demanding political careers. After India gained independence in 1947, Jawaharlal Nehru became Prime Minister, and Indira often acted as his unofficial assistant. She travelled with him on international trips and learned about the workings of the Indian government. Following Nehru's death in 1964, Lal Bahadur Shastri took over as Prime Minister, and Indira was appointed Minister of Information and Broadcasting in his cabinet. This role helped her gain public attention and develop leadership skills. In 1966, after the sudden death of Lal Bahadur Shastri, Indira Gandhi was chosen by the Congress Party to become India's Prime Minister. Her election was initially supported by senior Congress leaders who saw her as inexperienced and easy to influence. However, she quickly proved them wrong by asserting her authority and becoming a strong leader in her own right. During her early years in office, India faced several challenges, including food shortages, poverty, and the need for economic development. One of her first major initiatives was the Green Revolution, a program aimed at increasing agricultural production in India. With the introduction of high-yielding varieties of wheat and rice, along with improved irrigation methods and fertilizers, India was able to significantly boost its food production and reduce its dependence on food imports. Another significant event in her early years as Prime Minister was the Indo-Pakistan War of 1971. This war resulted in the creation of Bangladesh, which was formerly East Pakistan. Indira Gandhi's decisive leadership during the war made her immensely popular, and she was hailed as a strong and capable leader on the global stage. Despite her successes, Indira Gandhi faced growing opposition in the mid-1970s. Economic issues such as rising inflation and unemployment were creating discontent among the population. In 1975, a court found her guilty of electoral malpractice during the 1971 elections, and she was ordered to step down from office. Instead of resigning, she declared a state of emergency on June 25, 1975, which lasted for 21 months. During the emergency, Indira Gandhi's government suspended civil liberties, censored the press, and arrested opposition leaders. This period is often seen as the most controversial part of her political career. While the government introduced some positive reforms, such as efforts to control population growth and improve productivity, the emergency is remembered for its authoritarian measures and suppression of dissent. In 1977, after lifting the emergency and calling for elections, Indira Gandhi and the Congress Party were decisively defeated. Many blamed her for the excesses of the emergency, including forced sterilizations and demolitions of slums. For the first time in Indian history, the Congress Party lost power and the opposition coalition, known as the Janata Party, formed the government. Despite her defeat, Indira Gandhi remained a prominent figure in Indian politics. After the Janata Party government struggled to manage the country, Indira made a political comeback. In the 1980 general elections, she and the Congress Party were swept back into power, and she resumed her role as Prime Minister. However, her second term was marred by several challenges. One of the most serious was the growing unrest in the state of Punjab, where a separatist movement was gaining momentum. In 1984, Sikh militants, led by Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale, took control of the Golden Temple, the holiest site for Sikhs. In response, Indira Gandhi ordered the Indian Army to storm the temple in Operation Blue Star. The operation was successful, but it caused deep resentment within the Sikh community, and many civilians were killed during the military actions. The storming of the Golden Temple had serious consequences for Indira Gandhi. On October 31, 1984, she was assassinated by two of her Sikh bodyguards in retaliation for the military operation. Her death sparked anti-Sikh riots across India, resulting in the deaths of thousands of Sikhs, and left a lasting scar on the country's social fabric. Indira Gandhi was one of the most influential and controversial leaders in Indian history. On the one hand, she is remembered for her strong leadership, her role in the Green Revolution, and her efforts to make India more self-reliant. She played a key role in transforming India into a regional power, particularly through her leadership during the 1971 war and the creation of Bangladesh. On the other hand, her declaration of the emergency and the authoritarian measures taken during that time continue to be debated. Critics argue that she undermined India's democracy, while her supporters believe that she acted in the country's best interests. Despite the controversies, Indira Gandhi remains a powerful figure in Indian history, and her impact on the country's politics and development continues to be felt today. Her legacy is carried on by her descendants, with her son Rajiv Gandhi later becoming Prime Minister and her grandchildren remaining active in Indian politics. Indira Gandhi's life story is one of determination, power, and resilience. As the first and only female Prime Minister of India, she broke barriers and left a lasting imprint on the political landscape of the country.